Hello everybody, and welcome to my very first ever YouTube video. This is very exciting for me because I've never done YouTube before, and today I'm just going to start showing you some interesting flying machine designs, and I'm going to be going through the history of the different kinds of designs that I've learned of. This probably isn't the order that they actually were invented in, but this is the order that I learnt them, and well, it goes from the simplest design, which is actually not that simple, to the designs that are more useful today. So yeah, we'll just get straight into it. Right, so you see the first design here is this one. This is basically the first design I ever learnt of, and the first one I managed to make, and it looks extremely complicated, but it's not. Basically, this piston is powered by this redstone block. So when I break these two slime blocks, it'll push this block of these lines of slime, which will push this piston into this redstone block, which will push this piston to this redstone block, which will push this piston into this redstone block, and so on and so forth until it comes to the end when it will push the original one again. And in theory, I haven't tested all these, but in theory it should work. There you go. So basically, the whole idea behind this is pretty simple. You can make it any shape, any size, although I think there's a minimum piston limit of 3 pistons, so if you manage to really compact it with this design, I think it needs to have at least 3 pistons. But it can be as big as you want, but remember, the more pistons you have, the slower it will go. And all you have to do is have each piston be pushed into the next line of slime, which goes to the next piston. And this one isn't very useful. You can't exactly connect it to anything or have it push anything because, well, each one's already on its push limit. Like, this is 12 blocks, and this one I think is 11 blocks, and that's only 5. So basically, and we're back. Sorry, it just stopped working for a second. Right, so yeah, basically this one's really simple. All you have to do is line up each piston with the next one, and then have it all come back to the beginning again. And in fact, if I grab myself some slime, I can stop it. You could use obsidian, but slime's just easy because, oh, yeah, that's another thing to point out. When you break the slime blocks, this one will actually continue of its own accord. So if you disconnect it from the ground or move an obsidian block you have in its way, it will continue going. So see, I stop it, it will eventually stop. And if I break these, it will go again on its own. So yeah, you can see just, this is probably a simple one. If I just go around it, you could probably see to copy it. Right, on to the next one. Okay, so this is the next design. As you can see, it's smaller. This is a design that I personally used for a long time before I accidentally stumbled across the next ones. So basically, this is a slower moving one. It only moves forward like 1 block every 3 moves of the piston engine on the back. And this is useful for if you want something that's slow moving, like, I don't know, a TNT dropper or something. I still use this for some slow moving things, but don't really use it all that much. I actually think I have seen one other person use this design, and I don't know, it's not a very popular one, but as I said, if you want something slow moving, then it's okay. Basically, all you have to do is break this slime block, and it moves along. I'm just going to grab the slime so I can stop it. Yeah, and it moves along like this. And yes, you can ride on the top. You could also use honey if you want. Get fired away. You can also use honey if you want, which is slightly less bouncy than the slime and easier to stand on. You can with this one, because it's smaller, you can actually build on it. So say I wanted to put like a windscreen and seat. I could actually build on this one a bit, because it's smaller. The problem is that the back engine part moves much quicker than the front, so if you want somewhere to stand, I'd probably advise standing on the front, because it doesn't move as much. If you stand on the back, you kind of go all over the place. If you want to stop this one, oh goodness. If you want to stop this one, you just pop the slime block there, and it'll pack itself back up again, and there you go. On to the third one. So this is the third one. This is one that I accidentally came across myself, and I'm not saying I was the first one to make it, because I'm guessing lots of other people have made it first. It's just that I didn't watch any tutorials or anything to make this one. So this one basically uses a redstone block to push it forward. This is a non-sticky piston, and this is a sticky piston, and it's a quite nice compact design. It has an observer here, which whenever the front of the flying machine is pushed forward, it will pull the back automatically. So if I break this, it'll go on its own. This again, because it has a redstone block involved, is another one that you can stop with the slime and start by just moving the slime out of the way again. The only problem is that if you want it to stay still without the slime block here, you'd have to remove the redstone block. So, but yeah, this is a nice one. The back of it is only using 2 blocks, meaning that you can add another 10 blocks onto the back of this, so you could make anything you want on this back section, and it could be 10 blocks. Be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and it still moves. So you can put 10 blocks on this back section. So that's the cool thing about this one, that the back only uses 2 blocks. So if you wanted to have more building space on it, I guess you could use this design. And just put this up. So yeah, this one's good, I guess, for if you want to make like a little thing that you want to stand in, or you want to build a tiny little shack on the back or something. I don't know, I haven't really used this one much, because after I discovered it, I pretty soon realized that you can use 2 observers, and then you don't actually have to stick it to the ground. So you see here, on my next design, this one, slightly bigger, you can't build 10 extra blocks anymore. But you can remove it. It doesn't have to be stuck to the ground. This, again, has a sticky piston pulling, and slime piston, and a normal piston pushing, sorry. And if you want it to turn around and come back, then you just change over the pistons. Or, something I have done before, is you build this up higher, and then you put in here a sticky piston, and here a slime piston, and when it gets to the end, to its destination, a piston comes up and moves the observer up onto this block instead of this one, so it's powering this normal piston up here. So, it'll go backwards instead. This one I use quite often. More often than the next one, actually. Speaking of the next one, it's just this one over here. It's a tiny bit shorter. It's basically exactly the same. It's just the observer and pistons are way more compact. This piston actually pushes the observer, not a slime block, or in this case a honey block. And yeah, it works. And you can see this one here works too. They're both basically the same, just different shapes. With these, as long as the observer's looking at the piston, it'll work basically. And they're pretty small, so you can build quite a bit on them. It just depends on the shape you want. So these both work. And to stop them, again, obsidian, or just place a slime block. Actually, this one's honey, so that's not going to work. Because honey and slime don't connect. So I have to make it too high. Oh, come on. There you go. You can see that stopped it, and you don't have to have the slime connected to it. Okay, so the next one, again, compact. This one is basically the same idea, but this is utilizing the fact that honey and slime do not stick together to be able to make it in a tiny space. So that's just 4 blocks. This one's also just 4. And I haven't tested it, but in theory this should work. Just update it, there you go. So you can have a tiny 4x4 flying machine if you want. And you can build onto this, you could add things, have it pull things, push things, whatever you want. This is a really tiny, compact flying machine. It's pretty cool. I don't use it very much. I more often use this one, just because, well, it's simpler to build. You can build it really quickly. But this one, it doesn't actually take any longer. It doesn't take any longer than that one. And it packs up into this tiny 4x4 area. That's just 8 blocks of flying machine. So this is actually also cheaper than these. Not that one, but it's cheaper than all the, like that one, because these ones you need redstone blocks. It is not cheaper than these two. These 3 are basically the same thing, just getting more and more compact. This one and this one, they're only different by these have to be down here because these 2 stick. But now that honey blocks and slime blocks are in, you could also just do that. So, yeah. Right, the next one is kind of just showing what you can do. You can see this motor here, the flying machine motor, is the same as this one, just on its side. And basically I'm just showing that if you want to pull something, all you have to do is have it sitting right next to it, and then use a sticky piston with an observer. Now this... Does that have an observer? Have I done something wrong? I have, haven't I? Yeah. So all you have to do... No, 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 no! No, come back! Come back! No! No! Oh dear. Oh no. Tell you what, I'll fix this up and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so just while I'm here fixing this, you can see I haven't bothered putting wheels on any of these trailers. I might actually do that, but I thought I might just show you how easy it is to build, like, just the trailers, or don't know what you'd call it, things to be pulled, I guess, by these flying machines. If you want to pull something, all you have to do is make these little sections. Just one observer, one sticky piston, and all you have to do is put that in like that and point it backwards. And if you want them to touch like that, all you have to do is alternate from slime to honey, slime to honey. I'm making these into trailers, so that doesn't really matter. But I just thought that, you know, some people don't know how to make these, and it's simple. All you have to do is put one observer, one sticky piston, and then alternate, so from slime goes to honey, like that. All you have to do is connect that up, and that should work. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that gives you enough for the 12 push limit to put the wheels on. There you go. One truck, missing 2 wheels. Or a train, I don't know what you'd want to call it. Something. And all you have to do to start it is, well, you could just put a button on this, or you could break it, I guess. I'm just gonna clear my inventory, could have just used commands, but there you go. You grab a button. Hopefully this works. We know that the truck itself works because it ran away before, but... Okay, moment of truth. Okay. It doesn't... Oh. Yeah, I know why it doesn't work. That's okay. I activated the wrong one. Okay, so we just grab the button again. We'll try down here. Okay, why does slime not conduct? Okay, this is confusing for me because that's within the build limit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's within the limit. Ah, there we go. And there you go. Each section just pulls the one behind it. And actually, I'm missing... Ah. Why can't I put that down? Just there. There we go. And each section just pulls the one behind it. This one needs some wheels. It doesn't need it. They just completely look good. You can see, that works. Actually, I'm going to move that wheel. I don't know why, but I bother with these things, but I do. Also, some of you probably noticed, I have the random pick speed very high. So the grass is instantly dying and regrowing as it goes along. And that's just so, in this world I was testing some different sugarcane farms. And I just wanted to see it happen really quickly. And I haven't changed that, so I could. One. There. So this could be an infinite number of these. Well, to a point, because once the chunks start despawning, then it'll just start losing the carriages, they'll stop working. But within reason, this can be infinitely big. And you can also have these branch out sideways, which I will show you with the next one, because some people might be thinking, this is all nice and all, you can have a whole bunch of people have a ride together really slowly instead of walking. But are there any actual uses for it? Now, yes, there are. You could have like auto miners, TNT bombers. The potential things to do with it are kind of limitless. There's nothing you can't do with it really, except maybe from simple stuff. But if I'm just gonna leave this going and see how far it gets. Bye. So the next one is over here somewhere. Okay, so here is my example of what you can do with one. You see, these iron bars are infinite water sources. And all of these pistons here, just as before, it's observed looking at a sticky piston, these should all be timed correctly, and you can see you can branch them out. So you can have a long line sideways instead of just having them backwards. Like the trailer, you don't have to have them all in a line this way. You can have them branch out sideways too. So I've just made a small one. You can make this as big as you want, within reason again. And basically, all you have to do is push this button, and it will go forward, watering the ground. So I just push the button, and the button falls off, and it just goes along, watering the ground. You can use it for many things. You see, it does actually collect animals. It also, if you had it in the air, you could use it to clean out big areas of fire, or it actually moves items that have been dropped. I am going to have to stop this, because otherwise it's going to be a collision. Or I could just set them all going. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, right, this needs a reset. Let's just grab some wool. wall can be broken by a flying machine. At least, I think. There you go. Set that one off. That's so weird. Okay, so when they collide, it is a bit of a problem. There you go. First thing that's going to collide with anything else. And yeah, there you have it. So there you have it. That is my video on flying machines and also the evolution of flying machines and how to make them. I hope this has taught you some stuff and you know how to make the different kinds of flying machines for different situations. And you know, like, what you can do with flying machines. And yes, I know some of you are probably way better than me at Redstone. I'm kind of not that good at it. I'm just really only starting to understand how some of these things work. So if you want to know more, look at a video of someone who's more qualified than me, because this is about the limit of my knowledge on flying machines. I will admit. I'm still struggling to make them like multi-directional because I'm not that good at it really. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.